Good evening. So, getting ready to bring OOPIE in, who's been spending a little bit of time kind of pushing into me when he walks. So he's kind of doing this at me. We're working on it. It's kind of a repetitive lesson. He's not really getting the message. And we're going to see how he does tonight. And also, you should have enough of you in here that you'll be able to see the work that I'm doing on teaching him about waiting until I've told him he can go and get his food. And what I'll do is I'll take the crown piece off over his ears, and then I drop it onto his nose. So I drop it like across his nose, and then I make him like pause. He'll blink, a nice slow kind of understanding blink, and then I'll drop it off his nose and tell him okay. And then he's allowed to go to his grain, which is this bucket right here. Okay, gonna go get him, and let's see. Fingers crossed that he's starting to get the message. Don't do it, don't do it. Nope. Hey, hey, hey. Stop. Your neck off that. Nicely, please. You're not getting your first bite. Wait. No. Wait. Wait. Okay. So, you did have to have a moment, right? And if you saw when we finally stopped, he kind of went at me with his neck, right? So it's very deliberate behavior that we're gonna just keep working through. When I released him for his grain, it was like in that split second of releasing him, he also then took over the moment and kind of went like that. I try really hard to not, so now I know tomorrow I'm gonna hold him longer. So that way, after I have my understanding, I know that there's the potential for him to say, but I don't care. I'm gonna hold for his I don't care part and see if we get another understanding before he's released. He needs to actually go, but as you can see, he's an anxious eater. He paws and smacks the bucket, and he's an anxious eater. But we're gonna go ahead and, so he's a horse that you would put like salt chunks in his bucket to slow his eating down, so that we don't run the risk of him turning into a horse that gets chronic choke. He's never choked, but this is the kind of behavior that would lead to a horse choking, because he's anxious, he's eating kind of like in that anxious, thoughtless mode, he's not enjoying his food, he's just eating, right? And with doing that and the anxiousness of the moving around and all that good stuff, he would be a good candidate for choke. So this is a horse that I would take a salt brick, like one of the bricks, and I would cut it in three, so take it in this length, and then cut it in 3 slices, and then cut those slices in half. So then you get little chunks like this, and I'd put 1 to 2 chunks in the bowl, in the bucket, so that they have to kind of push it around to slow them down while they eat. And also they get the benefit of having the salt that they're pushing around as an added, mineral into their digestive system. Speaking of minerals, I don't use mineral block, which is the kind of a mauve color, it's like a rusty colored looking one. I use the solid white one because that one, it's more water soluble. So with them, the saliva and stuff and the pushing, it will dissolve much faster. So therefore they're actually consuming more than maybe you would want them to consume in one dose, so to speak. So
if you're gonna do that, if that's something you're gonna try to do, use the actual white salt. Okay, have a great day.